Move over, T Swift and Travis Kelce. If you want to see the newest it couple out there, go to www.NTTFGPOD.com and subscribe. I'm Rock.
And I'm Archie.
Well, our opinions, they might not matter to some, but...
What are you doing in there?
It's a podcast.
Immature, crass, trashy. And those are their good qualities. These poor schmucks are a couple of IQ points away from eating paste. But when it comes to music, sports, and comedy, well, that's all they know. You're listening to
Not These Two Fucking Guys.
Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
Nice tits.
My mom yesterday, I went to her house and she gave me old family photos. So she's doing the old I'm getting old, take some pictures, like that type of bullshit.
Like physically take pictures or take new pictures?
No, take old pictures. I'm getting old. What am I gonna do with them? So she gives me, so she shows, it's me and my wife, and we're on the Disney cruise, fabulous cruise. But this is before we had kids, right? And there's a picture of me and Mary, no shirt on. Me, not Mary. I'm holding it. I'm got her like this, and it's me and my mom on vacation having a great time. And I got no shirt on, and she looks at my wife and goes, and points at the picture, Does
That's gonna make you feel good, no?
On a Sunday, on a fucking panic Sunday.
Oh my God.
I gotta go back to work Sunday. You're gonna throw that at me?
That's good. That's gotta feel good. Build self-esteem.
And for the people out there who are just listening and not seeing this, I was making the gesture of a titties. Yeah. Hold on one second. Motherfucker. Got me.
Are you gonna fuck with your mic and every piece of equipment the whole time or no?
No, hold on.
Just so I know.
You got a bottle opener?
There we go. The shirt before the shirt. The shirt after the shirt. There we go. Now we're a fish. Now we're a fish. Look at you. You look good. You're ready for the camera. Camera likes what it sees.
Yo, Rocco.
What's up?
Our next guest is from a band that can unleash an insidious energy that'll leave you wanting more with your balls in a tizzy. Huh. Proven they could stand the war within the hard rock scene with their bold hooks and bludgeoning riffs, and an uncanny ability to create a calm before the storm with their melodic bridges and breakdowns. Welcome to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast, Victor Ritchie. Any Given Sin. What's up, son?
What's up, guys?
How are you?
I'm doing great. My balls have been a tizzy for months now.
That's great.
All right, so what's really dope right now is that you just got off stage, no?
Yeah, just like 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes. That's fucking awesome.
Like
Hot
that,
off the
yeah.
presses.
Hot
off
the
the
press.
presses, man.
So now
Nice.
Rocco and I know a little something about that. We've been in a band for years, and coming right off stage.
Yeah.
You feel it. You feel it.
Adrenaline pumping. Yeah, it's good.
You're like,
Very good.
I'll drive this fucking bus to the next gig.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I have to.
So what's
Nice.
going on? So you are in Detroit tonight or near there?
Well, kind of outside Wyandotte, Michigan. I'm probably
Okay.
saying that way wrong
Yeah,
because I can't read.
and we have
correctly,
no
but-
fucking idea where it is, so it's all right. All right, so how was the gig? How was it tonight?
It was great. It was great. Had a nice crowd. Monday night they were still friggin' bringing it, man. So it was awesome. Yeah, they've come out for everybody.
See, that shows something with the fans and something with the music. It's a
Yeah.
Monday night.
Yeah.
I would not want to do shit on a Monday night.
Right.
But people,
Right.
people coming out, man, that shows that A, the music's good, and B, you know what? Rock is still alive, man. And hard.
Absolutely, it's still live.
Yeah,
100%.
I love it. So what else is all right, we get I got to get into a couple things. There's a couple things I
Yeah.
definitely want to get into, a couple singles. I also there's a couple songs, Another Life and Still Sinking, I want to get into, but
Okay.
it was Insidious that captured me. I heard Insidious for the first time on Sirius XM Octane. Shout out to those guys. And it felt, I don't know. My first thing was like, all right, this is catchy as fuck. We got the chorus, we got the melody, we got the riff. Who are these guys? And I'm looking, I'm like, Any Given Sin. Nice. All right. So since then, it's got to be about a year or two. I've been following you guys. So my question is, I'm sorry. Hold on one second. I apologize.
Do your thing.
I think he's getting a pizza delivered or something. Jesus Christ, no.
Hey, let me get a slice, man, because I'm hungry too.
Yeah, right. So you guys you wait till after the entire show to head over to the next city, or is it, how does that work?
Yeah, usually we'll sell merch up until the end there, and then
Nice.
we're packed up usually by then, so head off and either halfway between or whatever the drive is.
So sorry about that, bro.
Oh, you're good.
Little
You ordered
family
a
go.
You ordered a pizza?
So introduction into Sirius Radio. Where did that come about? Because I know Sirius Radio, like we spoke with Outlier. I think you guys might have
We
played
did.
with
We
them.
just got off tour with them. Yep.
Yes. So my thing is getting on Sirius Radio, like it's got to be something cool, and like you have to be getting mad hits off there. And tell us a
Oh, my
little bit
God.
about that. The little love from
Yeah.
Sirius.
So they've been extremely good to us. We would be nowhere without them. I do believe that. They are the biggest platform in rock radio currently. It's
Yeah.
a singular entity for sure.
Absolutely.
We went from, I don't even know what abysmal numbers we had before Sirius came into play, and then,
Yeah.
you're looking at millions of streams and things like that. So it is a very relevant platform. It's very important to rock musicians. And what's awesome about them is being subscription based. Like they play whatever the hell they want to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's really awesome because they can break bands there. They're not corporate, so they're ready to find a new band, put them out, and we're so grateful that they exist.
Is it you? Is it the band? Is it management? Like who's like, all right, we're sending this one next to Sirius. We want this to pop. Let's go.
Right. Well, yeah. So now that we are represented, so when Dynamite first came out, our first single that went to Sirius, we had no management, we had no label, we had absolutely nothing. It was just sent in for test drive, got picked up, got put on the radio.
Perfect.
And then it did well from there. And it was kind of fan driven. And so they just started spinning the shit out of it. And since then, they just been spinning anything we show it to them. They're like, oh, we like that. We'll play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you've broken in, like, then it's a little easier for you to get on. But yeah, that initial break-in's tough. But we had a lot of good people in our corner.
That's cool, man. Because when something like that's a little feat right there. And when you could accomplish that, then you have a little bit, and it's just another step on the way.
Right.
Absolutely.
I think like what Archie said in his intro, I think that again, Archie always finds me good music. I guess he's my music merchant, if you will. He skims around the area and finds me, like, oh, listen to this. And he told me about you guys a couple of years ago. Obviously we've been fans ever since. And like you said in the intro, it's your stuff is so catchy and it's like relatable. It's almost like it appeals to me. I feel like your music appeals to the masses because it's like the message in there is like, hey man, this is, if you feel a certain way, it's probably not just you. It's like a lot of people are going through whatever, and it to me is a definitely underlying positive message.
Yeah, that's what we try to do. I mean, we feel like a lot of people are isolated nowadays. They feel alone, and I think music is the best way for people to come together, feel community, feel like they have a part of something. As you said, that they're not alone in something that they're feeling, that they're going through. And I think that's the best way for us, the country, as a people, as a species, any that kind of thing, to, kind of get it back together again.
And I think specifically, like, music is the best way to connect people, and you're feeling a certain way, you put on a song, this and that. But you guys seem to be writing songs that are like very like topical, like in what's going on in people's lives, that it's like, so music connects people, but these ideas and topics are actually so relatable that people probably turn to that purposely.
Yes, and we hope so. I mean, we write that way because that's what we want. We want people to, we want to connect with people in a real visceral kind of way, because we think that's kind of our thing. You know what I mean? People have said, hey, it's not brand new. It's not, you haven't reinvented the wheel here, but I don't think that you have to reinvent the wheel, like, to be relevant, to be something that people look for in music, anything like that. So this is our niche, and this is what we plan to keep doing.
I always think of it plain and simple.
Right.
It's either good music, or maybe it's just not for me.
Right. Exactly.
That's it. But like, what's the crowd response you're getting? Are you getting anything at the shows? People coming up to you going, like, these lyrics, these songs, how passionate they are about the music. Are we getting good feedback here?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, we get at least maybe 10, 15, 20 people a night, something like that, come up to the merch booth or something. When Dynamite first hit, we had a bunch of people, like, just on social media, hit us up and say, this song got me through cancer, or this song got me through, a tough time, where I lost someone special to me, or so that like really hits hard when something like that gets said to you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's got to be a crazy feeling, right? So you guys are writing what you feel and you're putting it out to the masses. But when an individual person comes up to you and says, it's almost like they feel you wrote it for them. Like, that's got to be the coolest thing.
It really, it's surreal, man. Because, like, that's the goal you want, but then somebody actually, like, hey, you accomplished your goal, and you're like, right, yeah. It hits hard. It really does. Yeah.
I wanted to get into, so, like, Dynamite's awesome, but I'm starting I Another Life and Still Sinking. There's all right, so I'm more of probably a melody rhythm guy than I hear lyrics. There's so many times people are like, yo, that's deep, and I'm like, it's an awesome song, but I don't know what the fuck he said. sometimes but I hear melodies more. But, like, in these two songs, I'm hearing, like, these very cool, I don't know, like a trap beat a little bit that in the back. Do you hear those samples? So I'm hearing new artists incorporate more and more, and I love it. Do you know Jelly Roll?
I do.
Jelly Roll came out with a rock album.
Yeah.
You were with that fucker the other night, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in there.
But like he came out with a rock record, maybe like 2 years ago. But, like, that's like one of the first times I'm hearing it more and more, that type of trap beat. And I love that element. Seven Dust on their new album, Stained on their new album, using the same shit, man. What's your process? Like, is it something like maybe that's something like with towards the end, those are like fillers, you sprinkle them on a little bit, or is that maybe the song could be based off something like that? What's the process with new writing like this?
Yeah, I mean, it could go both ways. You could end up with a really cool sound. What we like to do is, like, get the bare bones, get the skeleton of the song, and then, like you say, we're kind of sprinkling some of the accoutrement onto it a little later. But yeah, I don't like to get pigeonholed too far into, like, a cool noise or a cool beat, because then we're just we're just kind of writing to that rather than getting some substance. But it can happen that way. Usually it's like a layer. Like, we'll start off with very simple like guitar, even piano. I'll do some things on like a piano and then
Nice.
get a melody going, and then we start building it, from there. A lot of times it gets just real simple, then we get, more and more
Yeah.
crazy with it.
Yeah. Because I'm hearing it more and more, and I love it. And when it's not overdone, obviously, right? You have to have the right amount.
Yeah.
But I'm really digging that type of sound. So like in like Still Sinking, I believe, and Another Life, I think I hear it both, something like that. And I love it. I think these follow-ups to like Dynamite are like, they're doing pretty well. I mean, I listen to you guys on Spotify and I'm seeing some fucking streams, man.
Yeah, man.
So,
Yeah, we're very fortunate.
and this is
Absolutely.
this is your first full length. Am I correct by saying
Yes,
that?
with this lineup and this group, this is our first full length album.
Oh, okay. Okay. So how did it feel putting out your first album? It has to be somewhat whew,
Yeah. No,
like
it's awesome. It is. We did the single thing for so long, just because it was being independent and stuff. It was just a better avenue for us, kind of fiscally and just the way things were rolling. But it's really nice to actually have an album and have something we can be like, here, this is what we have so far. This is our
yeah.
collection. So yeah, we're very happy.
So even being not signed before this, like you knew that type of avenue to do single after single, just
Right.
like everybody else is doing. Like, so there had to be some type of formula to that, or just I don't know. What would you call that nowadays? Because if you had a single and then like the album, you would never have like single.
Right.
I heard
Right.
I heard half the album, and
Right. No,
then
it's true.
the album comes out and you're like, oh man, like it's great, but I want more or something. I heard.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
I get it. No, and I totally get that, because we had a lot of songs on this album that we already had out. We're also like, hey, we need a home for them. With the single game, we're just kind of like, all right, we have X amount of dollars, and we want it to go this far. We want it to go as far as we can. So
Got
we're
it.
like, all right, we make one song, and then we put it out, and then we get that money back, and then we put the next song out. We get the money back, we put the
Okay.
next song out. And so for like an independent band, if you're really trying to get noticed, we found that to be really good for us,
Okay.
than putting an album and then one song goes out to radio and the rest of them sit there on your Spotify and you hope that they get listened to. So
Yeah.
the new streaming platforms have really made it, the single game, I think, a lot more relevant and a lot more lucrative for a band who's coming up, because
Okay.
it gets on the radio, then people come stream that song. Gets on the radio and then they stream that song. So it's kind of that was kind of more the business game for us than it was anything creative or something like that. But
Okay.
I think albums are still the coolest way to go, because they're kind of a collection of how that band was feeling at the time, or it's a whole think piece on something, or you can do a lot more with an album than a single. But at the same time, when you're new and coming up, you kind of got to play. You got to play what game you need to, to get out there. So
Yeah.
So you make a good point, right? With an album, you can make, let's say, okay, we're gonna have 9 to 10 songs on our album.
Right.
There's certain things as an artist, artistically, you want to accomplish in that album, right? You want a certain song may be a certain way, another song is a different influence. When you're writing these standalone singles, do you feel the need, okay, so we have to now show every element of our band in each single, because we can't just, we can't make the song we necessarily, would put on a record, because that may be the off song and it doesn't really sound like us, but that's something we want to do. But is that like a thought?
Oh yeah, definitely. You always want to, because you're writing a single, and so everything's a single. Like everything's got to be a single. So it's got to be the catchy thing. It's got to have some big stuff in it. It's got to have either powerful or really stripped down but emotional or something. It just still has to have that quality. So it's stressful. You know what I mean, to keep popping them out. But at the same time, if we hadn't have done that, I don't think we would have the fans we have now. I don't think we'd be where we are in the amount of years that we have been. So it's always a trade-off. You're making an artistic trade-off, maybe for a business one, or sometimes you have to, but we're not upset the way it went, but we are looking forward to, greener pastures where we can just write albums and, have 2 or 3 singles popping out and, in the future. Sure.
Well, I'll tell you, whatever the formula you guys use now, nailing it. nailing it. All no, but no, honestly, the songs have everything you could want in it, and like you hear them. Okay, that's Any Given Sin. This is what they're about. This is what they can do in each part of the song. So really, really awesome.
You're cooking a great burger, bro. Don't change the recipe.
I'll change the recipe.
We're not. We're gonna hold that close to the chest, man.
Yo, is there? So, all right, a good band is a good band no matter what. So, say a good band doesn't have like a following, doesn't have what you guys are accomplishing right now. Do you think they're going to get looked at by a record company just on songs alone? No. You need a package, right?
The climate today, if you can't do it on your own, they're not going to talk to you. Yeah. Straight up. I mean, and that's just. I'm not trying to put make anybody feel bad. Like that's what it is. It just is what it is. As soon as you can basically make your own money and not need them, that's when they talk to you at this point. Kind of, and that'd be anybody that ever asks us that kind of question. That's what I tell them. I mean, it's just kind of is what it is. I'm not saying it's impossible, but 99% of people are not going to get looked at until you have millions of streams. You have something really big tour record, something like that that they can chew on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the days of okay, they sound good and they have potential. Let's sign them to a deal and we'll work through an album with them. Those are long gone.
It's kind of gone. Again, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm sure there's some bands that have been and will be still in that little kind of idea of that. But I'd say for most of us, you pretty much got to get it done yourself, man, and then see what happens. But
when I hear you guys, I absolutely hear you on the same bill as like Shinedown, Daughtry, like these are like I feel like you're like will be your peers. I think this is I think this is something that we can get to. We're gonna help you. Just follow our 3 steps. Okay, Vic?
All right, I'm ready.
But no, I feel like your sound is big, man. And oh, another thing I wanted to talk to you about, like so when we did talk to Outlier, we like the recording process as far as like everything's done separate nowadays, cost effective.
Yeah.
So Mike might be doing it from home. You might be laying vocals here. You might be doing. Is that something that your band is accustomed to right now? Like, is that a way?
When we have to, we will do it like that. A lot of times we like to be there in the studio with our guy going through it. So it might just be a weekend we're there, knock a song out or something like that. But we're still kind of old school and we like to kind of be there because we're shitty with technology, in some ways. And we can get it done, but it's a lot better when we're there and we can talk about it. Sometimes you write a song and you're like, all right, what do you think of this? You're emailing it. 2 days later, you're like, well, I didn't forgot what I was even sending you. To like, you know what I mean? Like, I would have just be in the room and like jamming out or something. But when we have to, we do. But we all prefer to be kind of together and trying to write.
Yeah, there's no feeling like being together and having the chemistry. You could cyber jam all you'd like, but So what's it like? So after this, where are we looking forward? Where do we have after this? Do we have new material written in the can? Maybe. Do we have? What are we messing with?
There is a lot of material always in the can.
Oh, nice.
We mess around. We mess around a lot. Right now, we're kind of just in tour phase for this album.
Yeah.
As soon as that's over, we're gonna go directly back in and start doing some recording. Work on the second one. So. We're looking to try to get to Europe next year a little bit, at least the UK or something like that. So that's in the works. Got a couple of tours we're pitched in on right now. Just waiting on confirmation, but it's looking like it's gonna be busy, next couple 6 months or so. So
how is that method trying to get on a bigger tour or to get on a tour? Is it are you fighting other bands like musically, financially, is it like that type of stuff?
I mean, kind of a lot of bands
are
look at.
Sorry, I don't mean to say fighting.
No,
competing.
Right. So, I mean, you're a band, your management company's pitching you to a bigger tour, or somebody else's is. Other people are. They're looking at like, all right, these guys have a song out right now. It's streaming well, it's doing well on radio, something like that. We'll take them. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like they're looking at, all right, do they mesh with us? Our fans like them? So that's all the things that people are weighing out as they're looking at it. and then you get the call, kind of how it
Okay.
goes. But
Do we have any crazy stories from the road so far? So in your career so far, what do we have anything that we could share with us?
oh, man, I wish I had some like really crazy stories. I don't. We're kind of low key because we're like in our around 40, so
Yeah,
we're like
yeah.
nowadays it's like, and we just got off 7 in a row, so I'm like drinking throat coat tea and eating
Yeah.
honey, like taking my
Yeah.
ibuprofens and shit
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But yeah, we keep it kind of low key on the road because we want to put on good performance. But uh, we don't get that crazy anymore, man. I mean, back in the day there was times, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, nowadays we kind of keep it. We gotta keep it easy.
I now this is going back maybe like 7, 8 years ago. Before Danzig went back to the Misfits, like this
Mhm.
run. Okay, I got to see them at like the Nokia Theater, Best Buy Theater in Times Square, right? So
Okay, yeah.
my friend gives me backstage passes. So it's me and my girl, and we're going, and we're fucking Misfits, fucking great show.
Yeah.
Backstage, I'm like, let's get the fuck back. We get back there, weight bench, protein powder, grilled
Yep.
chicken.
Yep. Yep.
I'm
No
like,
drugs, no alcohol, no
Yeah.
women, nothing,
fucking
right?
nothing. I
Yep.
mean, when I mean nothing, I thought that I walked like maybe like this is where people are working. Like this is where they fucking the lounge.
Yep.
But I couldn't like obviously. I mean, I know you're not gonna be going nuts. They're a little older, but still, like I pictured like a Misfit show, a little crazy. But
Right.
yeah, no, not so much.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to stay healthy on the road,
Uh,
especially
Yeah.
when like a singer, and like you get sick, you're done. You know what I mean? Like it hurts. You want to do well every night, so you got to like, all right, I got to calm it down. I can't party too hard or something. But we like
yeah,
to have at least like a drink and talk to people at the shows and things like that.
Sure.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So your next show, you have a day off tomorrow, and I'm sure
Yeah.
it's probably a well needed day off.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, we just did 7 in a row, so
It's a
yeah,
lot.
it's rough on the old folks here. So
Yeah. I hear you. So you're traveling from Michigan to Cleveland, Ohio. What does an off day look like? Is it just like, all right, I need to rest? We just did 7 in a row. I'm singing my ass off every night. I can't, and the fact of like you said, the scariest thing is like, oh, I don't want to get sick. I don't have a sore throat. I don't feel like shit while I'm out here. So like, what do you do on a day off?
a lot of times, what we like to do is get like a KOA or a campground, plug up. You can grill out. You know what I mean?
Mm,
People can walk around nature a little bit. Go down a little lake or something like that, and just hang out.
Yeah,
We do a lot of that kind of thing. Do some laundry.
yeah.
Nothing that exciting, but
clean my
yeah,
ass.
yeah, it's good. Get out of the bus, like air out a little bit. I mean, if it's real cold, we'll go to hotels and then maybe go out and get a nice meal or something. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Nice, nice, very
Uh,
cool.
yeah. All right. So we're going there tomorrow. What's the rest of this tour like? How long do we have left? And we're gonna be jumping onto another tour from there, I guess. That you're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep riding
That's
this
the
out.
plan. That's
All right.
right. So yeah, this one goes till November 27th, I believe. Oh no, October 27th.
Okay.
We're going around the Midwest right now. We're going to end up about as far west as Las Vegas, and then come around the south. So it's about 24 shows left on the tour.
Wow,
Okay.
Yeah, all over the place. So yeah, we're about 12, 13 in at this point. So yep.
You guys have a different mindset, man.
awesome.
Fuck it. It's awesome. Like that's
Yeah.
a pretty cool thing. Just to, what, you get to witness just different people, different settings.
Yeah.
I'm sure just like anything else, it gets monotonous sometimes, but I think it's still like that's a years to come, man. When you're talking to somebody, family, whoever, friends, be like, yo, I did it.
It's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it for a little bit. You want to fuck the? I fucking did it.
Yeah. It's a hell of a thing. I tell people, like, you got to love doing this if you want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
make sure you love it, because it
Absolutely.
is tough. And if you do love it, it'll be the best time of your life.
So Vic, tell everybody where they can find the band and the handle.
Absolutely. So we're on all the social medias. Look us up. Any Given Sin Official, Instagram, Twitter. We're Any Given Sin on Facebook. Our website, anygivensinband.com, has all our merch, has our tour dates, Has all the things. You can see us on YouTube. All our videos are there. We're on Spotify, Pandora, all the things. Our album War Within is out now. We have that on vinyl. We have it on CD, or you can just download it however you'd like.
I see them. They're gonna be fucking opening up a Shinedown soon. I think so.
I hope so, man.
I think so. I don't know. I have a feeling. I'm just gonna throw it out there. You heard it here first.
Oh yeah.
All right, brother. Victor from Any Given Sin, thank you so much, man. Yo, good luck with the rest of the tour. And we really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
Stay safe. Have a great tour. We'll talk soon, man.
Peace out, man. Thank you all.
Peace.
Definitely.
That was Victor Ritchie from Any Given Sin.
So
I think they're going to be big.
They're
going to be big.
They're going to be big. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like, all right, he's a singer. And obviously we do majority of these through a computer. I like that guy. Like he's just like plays great music. He's very articulate when he speaks. He understands like the business. He's just very likable and nice guy, right?
Nice guy.
Like that's the kind of person that you say, okay, yeah, I want to see that person succeed because they're like,
and he's got a great set of pipes.
Yes.
I mean, come
He
on.
brings it. Yeah. No, listen, they're I agree with what you said. Like I see them with like Shinedown or something like that. Like they have a big sound where they can I always put it through the filter of all right, can I hear this band like in an arena? Yep, definitely could.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
Hands down. Guys, anybody out there, everybody out there, check out Any Given Sin. You won't be disappointed. You're gonna love these.
Buy some merch. Like that really helps bands out. These touring bands, like buy their record, buy some, go on their website, buy some merch. All that stuff adds up. Helps them out.
With that being said, Rocco, what do you have to say to the people?
If you just heard us talking to Any Given Sin, you're sipping on a black tooth grin. You always bet all in because all you do is win, 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 win. And you just listen to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
We out. Costco, $33 for a case. I think that's pretty good.
That deal's like a sore dick. You can't beat it.
Do your opposite hand.
Why?
Could you do your opposite hand, please?
Yeah, but that's not this side.
No, but for me it is.
No, right there we're touching.
For you, but when you do, okay, all right, then I'll roll with you. Then I'll roll with you. But when you put your other hand up the other way, I'm not taking.
All ready? Do it. No, do it nice. Go back. Do it nice. Move over T Swift and Travis Kelce if you want to see the real newest. Fuck you.